Hello, we are here with Drill Core. Got some new updates that rolled in, some new additions. Getting into this one, we took our qualification, which will grant us this explosive catalyzer if we manage to make it through this run successfully. Gotta reach the depth of 250 meters on a cavernous planet, which we have up on our contract. So hope you've all been doing well. May your travels be less, your blessings be more. Nothing but happiness comes straight through your door. Looks like the choppiness is still there, but working through it. Better. Less dramatic. We'll see if we get like a huge frame drop when we get in here. Hoping that's not the case. There's been some quality of life improvements. Hold the skip. We'll skip it now that we made it mostly through that. Alright, so there's still a little bit of choppiness. We'll drill down immediately. So we had a lot of stuff going on recently. Again, I have MS. There's a lot of stuff that it takes to really sort out when you have a MS. A lot of different symptoms, a lot of different things that you need to, a lot of different doctors that you need to see, neurologists, specialists of all different types for very specific, unique problems. So, let's see. Start off with some buildings here. We remember what we were doing. Definitely don't need... I could use a barracks, actually. Want to keep our corner slots. I do remember that. Factory's alright. Earlier we get that, sooner we'll be getting down to it here. Getting our resources. So let's speed this up here. Ooh, guys are moving at a snail's pace here. There's only one speed up still. Let's go with workers. We start with one guard now. Doesn't seem like it was the case before. Doesn't look like we get... There's like a tooltip. Doesn't look like it. So you can see we're getting a negative attribute. There you go. We gotta break that bad boy. Make everything else easier. We should get another worker. We'll go with 4 right off the bat. Now you have your day cycle up here, which is pretty much your exploration, resource collection phase. Then from there, you'll have your night phase, where you've got your monsters spawning and doing your defending, like most of these game types. Now, you actually do need a decent amount of carriers. Now, I'm almost forgetting, we'll need a second barracks, right, to increase the capacity? Yeah, okay. So we'll need to save for that. To clear a way for these over here. Guess we could just focus on this stuff for now. We want to get that out of the way. Ideally. Grab that. So we do have 3, enough for a barracks. Do we want to do that? I don't think so. I think we want to get a tower. Tower. Go with the fast. Kind of want to clear those out early. But as you'll see, once we advance, it'll pull my towers. This metal framework here will be pulled down with the minecart, leaving you more space at the top to be able to put new turrets. Thought we cleared that. Let's get that out of the way. A lot of stuff to pick up here. You can go over the timer, and I would recommend that. You get a lot more out of it. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Our first few turrets are free. So let's get one of those on each. Should be okay for now. Don't think this will be too crazy. Grab that. You guys get mining over here. Hey, those will spawn monsters. Gotta break those before they pop. Alright, we are getting... Our worm is about to come through. So let's return. Yeah, anyway, do have MS. Tried to get a lot of stuff sorted out. I was really back and forth calling my insurance all week. Really, all month has been going on. I mean, it's crazy what happens when you're just trying to get some simple shit sorted out with the doctors, man. It's absolutely infuriating sometimes what you have to go through. That you're doing the job of the insurance company, the doctor's office. It's absolutely asinine. I mean, with the things I have to do, my neurologist is the one that has to okay this stuff. But it's not good enough that I have the papers. I have to have this stuff sent from the doctor's office, from his location. So they gotta do it, but at first all they do is tell me to do it. So, you know, it's just a circle, man. You talk to one person, and that's the person they told you to talk to. Then when you talk to them, they're like, no, you gotta do this with the original person you spoke to. So it's just crazy, man. It's so crazy. And I'm going back and forth, meanwhile trying to get things sorted out that are related to my health, that are emergencies for the most part. So it could just be absolutely debilitating. Today I spent 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. on the phone. It's just fucking crazy, man. It's crazy. For something that should have took maybe 10 minutes total. Absolutely wild. And then you have like... Because I'm on SSD, so I'm getting all... You know, and I'm homebound for the most part. I need help around the house and everything. There's a lot of stuff that I need help doing. Or at least it is greatly it greatly assists in my daily activities, prevents me from getting hurt, allows me to do a lot more. This looks like I do. Worker boosted. That's not bad. Cooldown 22 seconds. We'll take that. We'll take that. Because really, you know, it's the monsters that are going to take you out. It's not going to be mining time. At least at this stage here. So, keep working it. Keep working it this way. There's no problem with that. So, I'm just trying to keep on top of my health. Keep that in check. Because the crazy thing is, 2 years before my diagnosis, really, maybe like 4 years, I just had this dramatic shift in my thinking of what I needed to do in life. And it's crazy how you really do have to listen to your body, man. Your body, your brain is just in tune with you in a way that your mind really can never be, unless you're focusing on this specifically. And that being your own health. And just something wasn't right. And everything about what I was doing told me to just focus on my health. And that work, relationships, everything else had to come secondary. I shouldn't say that because, you know, I ended up getting married during this process. So, you know, there was a heavy relationship health balance with that. But, you know, I made it through it. Oh shit. I made it through it for the most part. Not unscathed. There was a lot of troubles, trials, and tribulations going through that. Can't send our dudes back. Well, we learned a lot in the process, and the one thing I did learn is that there's nothing more important than your own health, because if I had worked through, because it really was COVID, it was during COVID that all of this started up. And thank God, not vaxxed, so I can't blame it on the vaccine, although that was something in my mind. If I had gotten the vaccine, I would have never known whether it was the vaccine or it wasn't the vaccine. But anyway, point being, took me down a different path. Very different path than what I thought I would be. Such building improves the attack rate. Machine gun type turrets. If night building explodes, we would like to try that. Every such building improves the attack rate of energy type turrets. I'm gonna reroll, why not? See if we get some interesting stuff here. Rocket launcher's fun. Shoots poison bullets that apply the poison effect. Shoots laser. I mean, that's not bad. Guardian lasers, pretty sick. I'm gonna take that. Just because as this goes on, it actually gets pretty crazy. With how much workers you're losing, but maybe they tone that back a little bit. It's possible. Let's get... Why not? Okay, he's building. Never mind. Excuse my impotence. Probably get a laboratory. Like, not yet, man. Not yet. Guardian laser? Why not, right? Like, why not? I don't think that's a problem. Because if we have to rebuild our guard, that is a problem. So, you know, when you're making plans, life's what happens, man. And I was like right at the tip of my career. I was just starting to fall in line, almost making 6 figures. So that was an accomplishment in and of itself that I had gotten to that point, but it wasn't able to be maintained. My health was failing. I was pushing through, working in hot kitchens, slipping, falling. I think hitting my head might have exacerbated the whole MS, because I mean I exhibited the symptoms my whole life, but it was never bad. It never affected me physically, not in a noticeable way, you know, like most people, because a lot of people who have MS, they have no idea until like 30 years later when the symptoms get worse. There's just more and more people nowadays that are just coming out saying, got MS. And I wish it was the type that it didn't really affect me much like it used to be. But that's not the case. Things have progressed. Especially when you're falling, hurting yourself, it's kind of like you reset. You know, like you don't reset, but you go down a peg. And unless you can get back to where you were at, which is very difficult, by the time you fall or by the time you recover, you know, you're gonna end up suffering some other type of debilitating effect. So kind of very tricky to keep up with in its own right. What are these? Stone? Coal. That's right. To move down here, we got a shitload of resources we gotta pick up. Taking pretty long to do that. Not reachable. Shit, get out of there, dude. Oh, that's one gone. That's fucking 2 gone. Wonderful. Resources with them. How lovely. Da, na, na, na. Da, 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 da. My lovely. No redstone. It's all just sitting down there, Dukes. But at least we got the machine guns. That's on the wrong side here. It's not gonna help. Curious as to why the game speed is the way it is. It just seems like you know, 26 frames, but it doesn't even seem like that. It seems much lower than that. Like it feels like they're lying to me. Feels like they're lying. To be honest, I'm gonna get another machine gun because we don't have much of an option there. You guys need to get the hell down there and pick up this stuff. Like usual, we're gonna end up just having to wait for our carriers to finish this map out. This phase of the map. Because that's the way I run it. Otherwise you end up with like a 2-hour run. So we do it by maps, or I guess our depth. Consider that our maps. Now these guys are just chilling. Not really doing anything. There's no other way to expedite the access to these coins, these valuable goods here. So, you know, focused on a relationship, that's what was prior to my health. It ended up pulling me in that direction where I was very career focused and really not into dating. Seemed like a fool's game, to be honest. No reason to be dating when you could just do that stuff, being friends with people. So that was my game. Synergy turret? What the fuck, dude? Don't we have this? Oh no, that's the one that builds up. Alright, that's not bad. It's not bad. How much is that though? It's 4 and 2? Okay. It's not bad. Not bad at the top. Just got the big dudes coming in. 3 to get 4 carriers though. Do you think that is necessary? Probably. I don't think the excess is bad. At least not in the beginning. That sounds pretty cool. Blows them. Blows the enemy, so I'm imagining that slows them down. Okay. I don't want that. I'm gonna take mortar. That sounds fun. Why wouldn't we want to have fun right now? The laboratory, why not? I'm gonna take that. Oh shit! It's on the corner spot. Give me the freaking resources. So do we have anything offensive that we can build? No. You know what? I'm sorry I wasted that. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Get these guys out of the way here. You guys are annoying. It's just the carriers taking forever. That's okay. I mean, I guess we wanna check that out, right? I mean, what the hell is in there as well? Map's almost over. The night is. Hey man, you got a lot of crazy stuff going on. Election, always a crazy time of year, but this is a very special election here. The fate of the entire world hangs in the balance. Absolutely, and it's not a Star Wars story. We do not need the balance to be that evil gains an upper hand in the world. The balance that needs to follow is some actual swift retribution and some pretty exacting remedies for the chaos that's been caused really over the last 60 years. I mean, there's just so much that the US government is responsible for at this point that cannot go ignored. This stuff has to be addressed. And these people need to be held accountable. Like, it's It's just wild where we've come, man. I don't know how we got to this spot. I know how. But how we've let it come to this point, you really have to understand that our parents' generation, man, boomers, just born into it. They were born into this worse than we were. Like, they were like factory, their parents, our parents, our grandparents, were like factory slaves. If they were first generation Americans back in the freaking early 1900s, or prior to that, these people had it much worse off than we did. So, to think that we've got it so bad nowadays, I mean, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed, but there's a reason why our parents and grandparents looked the part, you know, and in a lot of ways they resemble a different time, you know, getting smacked around. Like, our parents had parents that were pretty hardcore, man. You're talking about my grandmother. My grandmother, when she was 12 years old, was working in a sweater factory. And my grandmother didn't, she followed suit. Sorry. My mother followed suit. Just different line of work. Different line of work. Helping out. Usually that's what happens first, is you get employed around the house doing things that mom might not call work. But that's what happens. It starts to bleed into the house, you know, it's just how things are. Different generations. You're talking about, I think it was an IQ negative of like 6 across the whole generation. Just for our parents, because of all the lead in the paint and everything else, all the poisonous things that they were, the lead in the water. Launches up to 6. So the mines shoot lasers, huge radius. Okay, we can do that. That's for the bottom. We can do that. We're about to go down. Oh, those are good. The actives, wouldn't mind having an active. But we're gonna be very wise about what we do with that. What is that? Be very wise what we do. Build another platform. See, a laboratory. Absolutely. Worker speed, critical. Mining speed, not the biggest. Damage of guards, good. Take the health. That could be very effective as well. Uh-oh. Day 6. Day 6. Mini drill launcher. Active. Send a drone to destroy blocks. 120. Those... maybe they upped the speed on that? I'll grab it just to play around and see. Alright. So, am I gonna kill my guys right now? No, the answer is no, because it will do that next round. You silly man. Bring him, baby, bring him. Bring him on. In the process of getting through Alien Romulus. Seems very good. Gives you the feels of Alien Isolation, which was really well done. So I would recommend that. Recommend that movie. Seems like a good addition so far to the franchise. Might have missed one before this. Movies have just been sneaking up left and right. A lot of terrible movies, but the good ones kind of get through the cracks sometimes. They get picked up after they're out. Sometimes they don't even come out in the movies. They go like straight to one of the networks, and then they're like on the network in contract for a while, and nobody gets access to that unless you got that on demand, which tend to be HBO, Stars, Showtime. Those are the big ones, to be honest, at least for the direct to net services. Oh yeah, alright, half the day gone, that's fine. Well, you know what? That's just how it happens, to be honest. This is what happens when you're on a drill rig, and it's all up to you to get this bad boy cracking.